Well, Keir Starmer speaking at Labour's conference today, and fair to say, this government so far has just been an absolute car crash, and you can see voters already are not exactly impressed with the Prime Minister. And we see, yet again, more evidence that support for Keir Starmer has dropped pretty sharply. In fact, Savanta there have it down 21 points since the election. That is pretty bleak for the Labour leader. And you know, when you look at the agenda of this Labour government, we're seeing perhaps more measures being put forward potentially here to make it even harder to make a living in the hospitality industry. No wonder you've actually got a quarter now of Labour voters disliking the party. 3 in 5 think Labour will lose the next election. And I have to say, during the course of their conference, I think various Labour MPs really have made themselves look pretty ridiculous.
You are in a privileged position as a Member of Parliament. You will sometimes be offered the opportunity to go to events such as Wimbledon. I was invited as Education Secretary. Shadow members of, shadow ministers are often given similar invitations, and government ministers are often given such invitations. It was declared. I appreciate it is a privilege to be there, but I was very much there in my role as Education Secretary.
What about Taylor Swift?
Look, I'll be honest, it was a hard one to turn down. I appreciate there was big demand for the tickets. It was a privilege to be there. One of my children, was keen to go along. It's hard to say no if you're offered tickets in those circumstances, but it was declared. I've been clear about that, but I do recognise that I'm in a fortunate position to be able to receive it.
You accept those tickets now in the light of what has happened?
My declarations, you'll see, I don't think I've accepted very much at all. I did take my children to see Taylor Swift, which was more for them than it was for me.
But do you think that all of you now need to think twice about accepting things that perhaps other people would love to do but simply can't afford?
I think everybody has to make consideration about what they can and can't do with the time they have available with their family.
A party that should be full of optimism and ideas and energy having just come into power. I mean, what they put forward is not exactly very impressive.
Unite the Union, moving a point of order on the CAC2 report. This amendment, this is simply an attempt to take out the debate on the winter fuel allowance. Today is Economy Day at conference, and we have a Chancellor speaking and a composited motion on the growth mission, which is scheduled for this morning. So it's more of a surprise and in fact an outrage to us that the composited motion from Unite and the CWU on an economy for the future is not listed on the agenda for today. It is disrespectful to our members and every single delegate here and conference itself who voted for the priorities ballot. We're asking for the CAC to go away and urgently resolve this issue this morning, colleagues. Please support.
That was not a relevant point of order.
Conference, this is a really busy conference and we are trying to accommodate as much as we can. Wait for it, come on. We're trying to accommodate as much as we can. I am going to take this back straight to CAC and we'll come back to you with an answer ASAP.
I can't see any other hands, so if the delegate... I'm going to start asking members of the panel to go up to the rostrum and give their party tricks. Thanks, all delegates that have spoken. I appreciate there's a lot of topics that we are waiting to debate, but I'm stuck with the agenda I've got, so I'm going round to ask if there are any other speakers that are willing to speak.
And so again, perhaps unsurprisingly, the verdict from voters, both on Keir Starmer personally and on Labour, very clear. A huge rise in the number of people who have an unfavourable view, both of Labour and of Keir Starmer. And just check this out. I think this is really, really telling. You see there, 39% expected this Labour government to be bad, and they have been. 23% expected this government to be good, but have been disappointed. Just 3% expected it to be bad, but better than expected. And just 11% expected to be good, and they have. So just 14% of the country actually thinking, according to that YouGov research, that this government is doing well. Do let me know if any of those numbers surprise you or not, guys. I will, of course, keep bringing you all the latest on this and much more. So please do whack this video a quick thumbs up. And, of course, as ever, cheers for watching.